So here we are yet again.
Welcome back.
So much fun.
So much fun.
So last time we were talking about the destination despair.
Yes, waiting for this time, this place when you're going to lose weight or want to go out or feel good about yourself sometime other than right now.
Once I get to that magical size, then I will have the confidence to go on the beach with my kid or go on that
do
holiday.
sports or join this or do that. Yeah.
This time we want to talk about
the best diet according to science.
Because what is that?
Oh, tell us, Carrie. What is that, doctor?
Well, because this is where we really want to talk about living life beyond nutrition.
Living life beyond nutrition.
I'm a geek. We all know this. I love science. I love research. It's a big part of me.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, it's confusing as all get out of there.
It's so confusing. And I studied it for many years too, and I've almost renounced any relation to it, if I could help myself.
And we're done.
Yeah.
So what I often say to people is, how would you like to eat?
It's just this idea that we get so caught up in the nutrition side of things.
Yes.
And we don't think about, oh, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do I want to eat?
Oh.
I hadn't even considered that. I didn't even think of that. Is it on the plan? Is it on the diet? Is it part of this, right? A lot of people are stuck in that headspace where they don't have that chance to ask and tune in and say, what do I feel like today for breakfast?
And here's the fun part. Whatever way you choose to eat, I can find you evidence to support that. Or refute it, whichever way. If you want to stop eating something,
part of the problem.
I'll find you an article. It's easy right now in this world.
The problem, yeah.
Nutritional science, again, I love science, but it's not an exact science.
It's not, because everyone's different, right? Yeah. We're all individuals. So what you can digest and feel loved with, I can't, and I get, this kind of indigestion or that or this problem. Everyone's different. So when we're all trying to stick to this specific type of diet or this specific type of new finding, it can't be that it works ubiquitously for everyone.
Let's talk about the new finding for a quick second, right?
Yes.
Because every food group has been the villain and the savior throughout the last
People are still scared of bread.
So fat was the first big villain, right? Yes. So everyone cut out fat, and what came in, obviously, to replace that was different kinds of carbs. Right. And then more recently, the carbs became the villain, and the meat became the savior. Yes. Right? Yes. It's all about protein. There's bars that have like 45 grams of protein in them. Like, in one sitting? I don't know. Again, I'll find you whatever evidence you want. That could kill your kidneys or save your career if you're an athlete.
Exactly, and that's the individuality behind it. So what happens for us, and what we've noticed, and each of us work with clients, so we've seen this firsthand with tons of people online and in person, but what happens is that we search for that sense of control. Yes. Because there's so much information out there, it's this diet or this food or this, and then we want to search for that control. So maybe we seek out a diet plan, or we seek out a nutritionist, or we seek out some type of guidance, which is honorable, right? We know that this isn't our area of expertise. Let's get some help. Yeah. But then what kind of happens after that, Carrie? What do you see? What do you tend to see?
Crazy. To be blunt. Yeah. It's the crazy, the restriction, the not knowing where to eat, what to eat. Do you change your whole family's diet, or is it just your own, right? So then is mom eating separately than the kids? Does mom stop going out at all?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
dad and the kids will go for breakfast, mom. Yeah. So that crazy hiding life,
guilty shame feelings of like, I'm doing the wrong thing. This was on my plan, but I feel like this, and everybody's going out for this, and now I have to say no or feel awkward or tell everyone or not tell everyone, and it gets you crazy.
Crazy, totally.
Yeah, it really does get you crazy.
Insane. Yeah. And then naturally what falls after the crazy, because sometimes the crazy is very internal.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Not everyone can see that you're going crazy and starting to become crazy over the food and the choices and what I feel like and what I don't feel like and what I'm thinking.
Although we've all met and eaten with those crazies, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Sitting there, you're sitting down, you're trying to consume a meal. Are you really going to eat that? Or worse, are you going to let your child put that poison into his body? Yep, I am, because it tastes good.
Well, the thing is that even that, just judging someone else, right? That calls with something within you that you're all of a sudden going, why am I judging someone else? Or then if someone's judging you, you're going, why are they judging me? And you get into this thing, right?
Yeah.
All over food, which is everyone can choose their own things. Why must
Absolutely.
we choose to judge or decide what's good for them is not or good for us?
And from that crazy comes the chaos. So
Yeah.
the crazy is the internal bit. The chaos is what happens after that. Right?
Well, trying to rearrange your life for a diet plan is called chaos.
Absolutely.
It really is.
How many clients don't choose to work with you because something's coming up?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's a huge one.
There's a wedding. There's a birthday
Here's
party.
a 4-week program starting. Everybody's going to do this exercise program. People don't want to start because they say, yeah, I have this and I have this and I have this, so I'll start next month. I'll start after Christmas.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
The all or nothing.
It really gets the best of us. The all or nothing. That black or white thinking where, oh, I'm good or I'm bad or I'm this or I'm that, right? That gets kind of all over the place for us.
And then you go back to the control, right? Because the chaos and trying to navigate and make it work.
Well, we want to make more control, right? Because we feel out of control in the chaos. We feel this doesn't fit in my life, but look, she can eat that and she's skinny and I'm wrong. And it just, we play over and over, right?
Yeah.
It just gets nutty. And we've both seen this before. We've both been there before in some ways. And probably everyone has to,
Totally. Yep.
Feeling bad, feeling like I should change something, feeling like I'm not right. Because this is the information we're inundated with in our society and social media, right? Everyone's Instagram pics are like the perfect meal. Balanced, enough protein, carbohydrates, and then healthy fats, not the other kinds, right? It's so intense. It's just so intense.
So we don't want to turn this into a bashing session. We want to provide you with an alternative.
Because it's just an awareness thing. It's just becoming aware. Because I, guilty as charged, will Instagram my best pics that look good. Mm-hmm. That's part of it. Sharing, spreading, doing this, doing what feels good and motivating others. But it's about when it gets to that crazy and chaos, right?
Absolutely.
What is the alternative, do you say, Carrie? What have you seen that tends to work, that tends to feel good for you and your clients? What helps?
I think in lieu of control, it's about connection. So connecting with yourself, connecting with the people around you, connecting with how you want your life to be. Yeah. Connection's key.
Connecting with the food even, right?
Absolutely.
How often we disconnect from food. We're like, I'm not supposed to eat this. If nobody sees, maybe it doesn't count. I'll do it standing up or hiding in the closet. We're not connecting with the food and we're not thoroughly enjoying it. So what was the point?
And that comes up in a later episode about what that actually does to the hormones in your body.
Yes.
Crazy, amazing research on that.
So much good. Yeah, we're going to bring that to you because it really is about understanding that these are not just our personal opinions per se. There is research on every single piece of evidence that we've presented to you as having a reason why we can think alternately than the norm culture, than the diet and fitness industry, which I'd be the first to admit that I'm a part of, but not wanting to feed into that same mentality, giving those people who are into fitness and health and nutrition an alternative that will take them out of that mindset where
it's about getting some new tools, right?
New tools, exactly.
So after you connect, then it's moving to collaborate.
Yeah,
and that can be you and I collaborating.
Yes, collaborating with each other. Yeah, collaborating with others that are talking about the same thing. When we get together, the things that we get to talk about are not
so much more fun.
Hey, have you gained weight or lost weight, right? Like we don't.
I can't tell you the last time I got together with girlfriends and that was the topic.
Yeah, right.
We don't talk about that.
It's so nice to not talk about that stuff.
But that was my teens and 20s. And when I go to parties with the people outside of my current tribe, that's the conversation. I was at a friend's birthday. It was the kid's birthday party. And all the moms are standing in the kitchen. What were they talking about? They were talking about how they were eating, what diet they were starting, what exercise plan they were going, whether they gained weight, lost weight. Oh, how do you fix this? How do you...
it's just the thing is that it's are you participating in these conversations and furthering this, or are you just kind of starting to change the conversation around, how much skin is hanging from my tricep doesn't define me as a good or bad person or as a person worthy of having a conversation other than that.
And that's the thing, it's shifting. So that collaboration and then...
collaborating with yourself, right? We like to get outside ourselves and we say, that diet is supposed to be good, I'll just do it. But that's so external to me, and I'm not asking myself those questions, right? So collaborating within, that has such amazing meaning behind it, right?
Yeah.
Collaborating with yourself, like you don't even think about that, but that's such a good one.
Well, we have lots of I's, right? There's the morning I. That one doesn't usually participate in the conversations later in the day. So when I try and get up early, that I says I did not agree to this.
Last night I thought that was a good idea. I don't
I've
anymore.
changed my mind. And then there's there's the mom part of me. There's the mentor, and there's the coach. There's the doctor. There's the wife. There's the daughter. All of these parts of me need to come together to figure out what I need.
Yeah.
And then I think the next final important step is the celebration, right?
Amen
so celebrating our bodies, celebrating celebrating that respect that I have for my body.
Yeah, but also celebrating you for other things than your body.
What? Right? More than my body?
Yes, right? Yes. We're so, and that's the thing about, and I have 2 girls that I'm raising, my daughters right now, and I look at them and I cannot help but comment on how cute they are and how adorable they look all the time. And I'm like, no, I want to praise them for things other than how cute their bum is in their bathing suit, right? But it's cute and I want to touch it. But what else are you about? What else do they have? And if we continue that cycle of praising them for their bodies, then where's all their self-worth going to be?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to do that to them. They're so cute. So onwards with different things, celebrating them for their caring personality. The
for
things that they
how
did for
great
others.
Their laugh is, how kind they were when they had an argument with a friend,
how much effort they put into working hard or doing something for someone else, or
how they stood up for someone else, how they stood for themselves, how they didn't allow that behavior to carry on. If a friend did something or said something, there's so many ways that we can celebrate.
Standing up for people, I love that. Yeah, there are so many good ones. So once you start thinking about this, you realize that there's a disconnect probably from your true value system and how things are. And actually starting these conversations with you after, over the last couple of years that we've known each other, it made me really aware of so many things that we're kind of bringing up here, but also it just made me kind of look back on so many other times in my life where I've gone, oh yeah, I held myself back, or I perpetuated this. And we're not sitting here saying that we're bad or other people are bad for doing this, but it's just about trying something different. We've been there and we've done that, right?
In my career as a naturopath, this is something I've struggled with so much over the years.
Yeah.
And the whole nutrition thing, I research for my patients, right? And through that research, come up with all these interesting things. And you read about this diet's good for this condition and this and that and the other thing, and it's a bombardment. Here's the truth. The quality of the research being done in nutrition right now is not spectacular. And it's truly unfortunate to say that. And I don't want them to stop doing the research because it's important. But the scientific model is about bringing something down to its most minimal one thing. This
the reductionist style method.
To this.
Yes,
Our bodies are so
systems.
different, and there's so many interacting hormones and things that happen. My gut's different from yours. What my body will accept is different than yours. And so the variability amongst cultures, amongst sexes, even in the age, right?
Absolutely.
So what my body was okay with 10 years ago, what it will be okay 10 years from now. So it's, again, I think our message is we need to learn how to step into our own selves.
Exactly. And not judge ourselves, right? Not judge ourselves. Yes, we want the best nutrition for ourselves. Yes, we want the best nutrition for our kids. That's honorable to, seek out green foods. But at the same time, are we eating foods that actually don't agree with us? And we could find different ones, but everybody said to eat salmon, even though I feel sick every time I eat salmon. Well, maybe it's time to find something different, right? And instead of just beating a dead horse and going over and over with the same thing, but not feeling good, right?
I think the other thing important here is that any nutritional program that I've seen out there has the end result of weight loss. So we can call it about health, we can call it about all kinds of things, and as we talked about before, getting rid of the scale opens up the opportunity to see all the other things that are available from our food. And this is really about that living beyond nutrition piece, right? Humans eat for a multitude of reasons. Nutrition is one. Absolutely, we need our building blocks. But we also celebrate with food, right? We gather around food. And we grieve around food. And we make things better with food, which the dieting world has made wrong.
It's unfortunate. I do feel, because it takes the pleasure out of so many things, because people just go into that place of guilt. I shouldn't have eaten that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, so-and-so's birthday is coming up, but I want to fit into this dress, and how am I? And then we get into this internal discord that causes so much dissatisfaction that the event itself sucked because you were so self-conscious. You wore something that was too tight or too loose, and it ends up just taking over your life. And that's what we don't want. We want you to be able to go in that cycle of connecting to yourself deeper, of celebrating yourself, of honoring yourself, of tuning in, and knowing that there's an alternative to looking outside yourself for a plan. It's just tuning in and saying, okay, what makes us feel good, right?
Yeah.
So what's our action step? Because we want to give people tools to go off after this and go, okay, I didn't think about that. Now what can I go do?
I think the biggest thing, most of my clients, and I'm sure this is true for yours too, they could get on stage and teach nutrition. They have read every book.
Yeah. Because the information age is there. We can all Google. We know what to eat, right? We know what to eat that is healthy.
Yes. So instead of looking out for a new answer, it's time to look in for a new answer. So
what does that mean?
It means test your rules. Tune in. Stop the dieting. Actually sit down with, maybe it's a smoothie, maybe it's a granola, maybe it's bacon and eggs. It all depends on what plan you're currently following. As what you're supposed to be having. Does it taste good? Does it smell good? And does it give you pleasure? Are you excited to eat it? Or are you just putting it in? Start making notes. You don't have to change anything yet.
And I must interject, the first element of digestion starts with your nose and your salivary glands, right? You start to digest just by smelling food, and you start to salivate making it. And that's one of the reasons why, I really recommend people avoid the drive-through, not because it's junk food or whatever specifically, but it's about the fact that you didn't give it the time to get into your senses. You weren't there cooking it, chopping it, involving yourself in all the senses, that you weren't able to start the digestive process until later, when then you scarf it down feeling guilty, and then it's over. And your body didn't chemically handle things the way it could have if you had cooked that very same meal on your own.
Yeah.
So tuning in. Yeah. I like that. Tuning in is where it's at.
Pay attention to your own body and your own mind and see what this feels like.
Question it. It
is amazing what can come about when you just notice. What are we going to talk about next time?
We are going to talk about next time the idea of good and bad. These labeling. Or we're having a good day because we ate this, or a bad day because of this. We're going to talk all about this kind of mentality, the mental side of things, the self-talk side. Don't miss it.
Yay, see you next time.